I felt to explore with you today a conversation that may offer a new perspective around sexual dysfunctions. What I mean by sexual dysfunctions are symptoms such as erectile dysfunction, premature ejaculation, vaginas, and the lack of libido, a loss of libido. And dysfunction is actually the harsh way in which we tend to approach these symptoms, which are simply the body speaking out, asking for something new, something different, for fresh eyes, for a kinder approach. When we look at sexual dysfunctions as a wound, a body wound, then often we can be a lot more softer in our approach towards ourselves, rather than when we look at it as a dysfunction, it's something that we immediately want to fix or we believe needs to be fixed about us. When we have a wound on our skin that we can see, a burn or a cut, then we don't want to pick at that wound, and we find it very sore when it is touched. And so we tend to nurse the wound, and what we want to do is care for and be kind to the skin around the wound, rather than focusing on the wound directly, so that the wound can take its time to heal. And sex is pretty much the same as a wound. If we keep picking at the wound, it's going to make us feel more vulnerable and the subject of the symptoms we are experiencing a lot more raw for us, which then invokes feelings such as shame and being broken and not being able to meet our partner. And our sex then, as we have explored in other videos I've shared, starts to withdraw. When there is any dysfunction in our body, it is our body asking for help, for something new, for something to change, for the approach we have towards our body to change, and to soften. And when it is a sexual cry for help, that is no different, but we kind of attend to it differently, because so much of what matters and our identity and our sense of well-being and being a sexual well-being is infringed upon, not infringed, is put upon our energy. And so we tend to go in with such force to fix, when what our body is asking for is listening and to be met and to be held and to be softened. When we experience things like premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, and vaginas, and a lack of libido, we tend to very much put all our energy and attention and focus into fixing, and that actually makes our sex withdraw, as we've discussed in other areas, just as a wound does not want to be picked at. What we can do is start to tap into our whole body as a sexual and sensual canvas, and take away some of the attention and the focus from the vagina and the penis, so that the vagina and the penis no longer become sexual objects, and sexual objects that are being given the message that they are broken. So we can start to explore other areas of our body to attend to the area around the wound. And when we do this, we often find that because the focus is not so direct on the wound, but is on the area around the wound, that with tenderness and time and slowing down, the symptoms start to have space to breathe and to come into something new. It may be that our sexuality is, and our genitals therefore are asking for a slower approach, a deeper connection with our partner, a richer connection with ourselves, a less objectified approach. It may be that we feel very demanded upon to perform and to act, and therefore our sex is going to run away. It may be that we are really just needing time to withdraw and know ourselves in a new and richer and more felt way. Whenever the body is showing a dysfunction and that is coming across as a symptom, I truly believe from personal experience it's our body asking us to go deeper and to look within into what the core, what is the belief here? What is the belief here that's asking to be met and created anew and be responded to? What is our body asking for? And through this conversation, I am hoping that it will alleviate some pressure, because yes, our hip may hurt, or we may have an ear infection, or our body may have a symptom. But when it comes to having a sexual symptom, a dysfunction as we harshly call it, our intentions and the pressure we put ourselves is much stronger, much more forceful than if it is an earache or a toothache or an other bodily symptom, because we identify so much with who we are, with our sex, our sexual selves. And what I'm asking is to soften that approach and to not pick at the wound, but to attend to the environment around the wound and really listen to what your body is asking for. It's an absolute impossibility for our sex to feel safe and met and vulnerable if it feels under so much force and pressure to perform. We're not performing monkeys, and yet we expect our sex to perform. And because of this, we carry so much shame and so much ideas about ourselves are based upon our sex and our sexual performance. And I think that is in general a very unkind and unloving way to meet ourselves and be with ourselves. So, may this conversation bring a little softness to your approach. And if you would like to learn of more nourishing methods and ways of being with yourself, so you can deeply listen to the message your body is speaking, with the symptoms it's presenting, and the message your sex is giving, then please feel most welcome to comment and ask questions.